Well, I have a big trailer full of lumber today. We're going to build a big building, an 11-foot tall barn. "12 wide, 24-foot long. So I've got everything on the trailer that I need. All the lumber, shingles, everything. And we're going to put it right over here. Now we have a 12 by 24 floor all framed up. Ready to deck. As you can see, this is a pretty good sized building. We now have the floor all decked, and we've started framing the walls. We'll put some siding on this wall and stand it up, and then do the other 3 walls and keep on moving on. I always put the siding on the wall before I stand it up. And then when I'm working with a big building like this one, I use my wall jacks to pick the wall up. It's turning into a pretty good sized building. I've got the 2 side walls and the back wall up. So now it's time to build the doors and stand the front wall. Now we have all the walls up, the doors built, and they're standing. I'll walk on over here and open the door now. You notice on the inside I've got the lofts. This particular building gets 3 loft sections. Anything longer than a 12-foot in length, like a 16-foot, 20-foot, 24-foot, they all get 3 loft sections. I do the loft sections in 4-foot sections. That way you can reach anything in the loft from a stepladder without having to get up there and crawl around. So now it's time to start building the rafters and doing the roof. I will do the front and the back gables first, and I'll get back with you then. I've got the 2 gable ends done now. Now it'll be time to build the rest of the rafters, get them stood up, do some decking. Now that we've got all the rafters up and the decking on the top and part of the sides, we're ready to start roofing. This big old building's coming together. Okay, I got the top of the building roofed. Fixing to deck the side. I got my scaffold all set up. We'll deck the sides of the roof now. Getting real close to being finished up here. This building has some optional loft sections. Now all of my tall lofted barns come with the 4-foot loft like this right here that goes from side to side of the building. There's one in the front, one in the back, which is where I'm setting right now, and one in the middle if the building is large enough. There's up to 4 loft sections according to how long the building is. This is a 12 by 24 and it gets 3 loft sections. On this particular building, as an option, I built these little 2-foot side lofts going from each loft down the side of the building. So we have a total of 4 of these additional loft sections. These are 2-foot by 6-foot. So as you can see in the 11-foot tall barns, there's quite a bit of an area even with just the 2 or 3 standard loft sections that come with the building. There's a lot of storage up here. Basically, from this point to the loft is 4 foot. A lot of storage in these buildings. And then from the loft, I'm looking down at the floor. We're about finished up with this building. Okay, we're all finished up. 12 by 24 building. Now I want to point out the ramp that I built on the front of this building. That is an option. The building does not come standard with that. And there's another option on this building. Around on this side, I built a single 36-inch door. And I added a ramp to it also, mostly because it's so high off the ground back here. And we also put an optional window on this building. That's a little 2 by 3 window, all framed out. So this was a 12 by 24, 11-foot tall barn with an optional window, an optional 36-inch door. The 5-foot doors on the front of the building come with it, of course. And then, as I pointed out to you earlier, the additional loft sections. That's a pretty good sized building.